one of these pages. Imagine that we are a call center manager. We have some number of the recorded calls, recently recorded calls. Of course, this is a demo account, and this is our internal calls. Nevertheless, we have 1,400 calls, a bit more. And it is a little bit too much for me to listen to them. Right? Then I have to find out the most relevant, the most interesting conversations that have some problems, so I could act on them. I could talk to my agents and then train them. So it is not just a list of the calls, it is also some additional information. Like for each call we have not only the file name and who did it, we also have, let's say, topic, we have how many forbidden words used in that conversation and who said them. Was it agent, was it customer? Right, so here we see that this particular conversation have words mentioned words, but, cancel, problem, shoot, sorry. So all these words are not desirable in my particular company, right? Also, we have compliance rates, so we can sort them. We can filter by compliance. Compliance means what is allowed, what is not allowed to be said, what is missed in the conversation. Also, we see sentiment trends. So call started negatively, ended negatively, while some other calls started negatively but ended neutrally, which is better. And emotions. So emotions, this is something which is that makes NeoSound different from competitors. So the majority of quality management companies and products do not have emotional analytics. It is a little bit more complex. It's not really a standard feature. Right, and then you can see comments. If I already worked with the conversation, I'll list my comments. If I worked manually and did some assessment, you can see assessment score and some additional metadata. So now I want to narrow down the selection and find only problematic calls. So 1,000 is too much. I want to see the calls that have some we call them stop words, some words that are better to avoid. Let's find the word wrong. If customer or agent says that something is going wrong, this is something that I'm looking for. All right. So I just apply that filter, and instead of 1,400, my selection now is only 87 calls, which is already better. So then I sort the calls by emotions, and yeah, calls, and I open one call. Here I can see the call details. There is a player. There is a transcription with highlighted words that require attention, and that could be set up for a company individually. Like this is actually the stop words, and some other words highlighted in different color. I also can set up that. Then system automatically detects these kind of keywords and creates text, smart text. Like if callback mentioned in a conversation, then this is call was about callback. I can create as many different groups, categories of conversations, and then analyze them, how many different types of conversations we received from the customers, or we did like outbound. I'm switching now to speakers. And I can play.
My name is Mark. How are you doing today? I am absolutely. I am your worst nightmare. I am calling extension 3575 over and over and over and goddamn over again to reach Michelle, who said to call her there. She wants to talk to me. She's been dealing with my situation for 2 days now, and I've been on the phone for 3 hours trying to reach her. And every time I call my goddamn number, I get.
Did you hear? Yeah, that is the example of emotional call. And so I wanted to show you how does it work and what these red areas mean in the audio signal, right? So that was not our call, I have to admit. So likely we do not have this kind of conversations, but yeah, some telecom companies have. So as a quality manager, I can leave my comments here and then discuss them with my agent, with my team, find this code and discuss. Then I can make the assessment. It's like a checklist, individual checklist for the company. I can click if they introduce themselves, yes or no. Yeah, it's here. If they also were asking if it is the right time to call, if it is applicable, and then I get the score, and then I can compare the agents by the score. What else I have here? I have some detailed analytics about the list of the stop words detected in these conversations once it is loading. Then also what compliance words were used and not used, and some additional details. Here I would show you the example setup of our American customer. So this is the settings, and for example, a company wants to know if the conversations mentioned, if customer or client mentioned some words related to social data, like date of birth, they put this list of words, and the call will be marked as social and DOB. They, from compliance perspective, they have to say that call is recorded, and system detects that okay, if one of these words were mentioned in the conversation, then conversation marked as call recorded, right? The same name, address, regulation, sales, red flags, and any of these phrases mentioned in the conversations, then it is sales red flags. And that's how it looks like for the company. So they see sales red flags call, they see other type of conversations, and then they see how many different kind of conversations they have. They can jump immediately to that conversation. That's how it works for the company. All right.
A question: It's in what languages can it works?
In terms of speech to text transcription, if you mean that.
In terms of the speech and in terms of the interface and all.
Well, interface we can translate. It supports also Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, which is good news for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably we have to update. Right now we don't have customers in Spain, but it is possible to update. In terms of speech to text, we are flexible to connect any speech to text engines if our own engine is not good enough for the customer for the particular case. So we can integrate AWS, Amazon Transcribe, we can integrate Google Cloud, we can integrate Microsoft Speech, and also some not so well-known vendors as well. Yeah.
Okay, and in terms of competence?
In terms of competence, sorry, what do you mean?
Competitors, yeah.
Yeah, we have competitors, and like I said, we're different because we have also emotional analytics that competitors usually do not have. So here you can see, like, among my team, I have like not so many emotional conversations, like less than just 1%, but I have these numbers, and this is the main difference. And the rest of the difference is, of course, how it looks like, how it works, what is the performance.